Conformis total knee products come beautifully packaged in a small box, analogous to an iPod or an Apple computer. You open it up and all the parts are right there and they're organized in a way that's very sleek and efficient. And I compare that to an off-the-shelf implant where there might be 12 or 15 very large trays of instruments that are necessary for implantation just to accommodate all the different sizes and trials that are needed. So there are a lot of people that are happy about that. I'm happy because there's not as much stuff in the room, there's not as much commotion. When you're sterilizing 12 or 15 trays, not uncommonly, you'll find a hole in one of the drapes. That means that tray wasn't properly sterilized. The process has to shut down and be re-sterilized, which can put you an hour or two behind easily in the course of a day. And when you have multiple surgeries going on and so forth, that's very aggravating. Even more importantly than me being happy, the nurses love it, because as opposed to having an entire room full of stuff that they have to inspect and lift and carry and organize, they have a little box with just a few instruments that can easily be laid out on a very small Mayo stand.
Some of the other advantages are that you don't have a room that's got all the inventory for the case stored in it, because the inventory for your case comes in one kit. That's a huge cost savings for both a hospital or a surgery center. The kits are very straightforward, very user-friendly. The scrub techs seem to really be able to pick up the steps of the procedure rapidly because of the way they have set up the kits and simplified them. And I've seen that to be a very big advantage. One good example of that is I had a scrub tech that was very good, very organized, and she took a new job. I brought in a new scrub tech, and usually there's a period of learning. She picked it up right away, and it was pretty seamless, to be honest with you. And it kind of exceeded my expectation in her ability to do that.
It makes my job more efficient because it takes a lot of the worry out of, is a traditional implant tray that they're bringing in complete? So it saves time because you don't have to go through and check and make sure everything's there, make another call because something's missing, or if they brought in the wrong tray. With multiple trays, there's always room for more error. With the Conformis patient-specific kit, everything you need is right in the kit. And it allows us to perform more knee replacements on the same day because the turnover or the turnaround of the room is shorter, because you're not waiting to have trays taken to sterile processing, maybe turned around for that patient. At our surgery center, it's about a 10-minute turnaround or less. And I think that with the traditional instrumentation, it would probably be about 30 minutes. Everyone in healthcare is aware that reimbursement is tied into your infection control rate. Everyone monitors infections for patients that come into their facilities. With using the Conformis patient-specific kit, it arrives and it's already sterilized, so no human hands actually touch anything inside the kit. The box is opened in the surgery suite, and the items are opened onto the back table for patient use, so there's never any human hands that touch it until that patient's actually in the operating room.
I'll tell you, from an efficiency perspective, it's been outstanding. We don't have issues with sterilization problems of the trays. We don't have issues of knowing which trays to open and having too many trays, having heavy trays that people can't necessarily lift. So from that standpoint, it's been outstanding, and it certainly has changed the amount of turnover time that we have, which allow us to be more efficient. So that in particular for me as a surgeon, and I know that the patient would rather this, that they're not having the surgery later in the day, so we can be more efficient. Their surgery can get done earlier in the day, and I'm refreshed and I'm able to do the best job that I can do.